again, I'm Shay. Here at Christ Community Church, I'm the hospitality director, which basically means I'm here to help others. And I also plan events where God's people can get together and enjoy one another's company. I am here to serve others, like we learned today.
What up, my Nash Bash crew? Biblical History Center Day 3! Sadie and I had gotten a lot done with our project. No other book has had more impact in the world than the Bible. And at the center of the Bible is Jesus. The whole book points to him. For Sadie and me, the more we learned, the more excited we got. But for Zach, well, he just seemed to be more and more distant. We tried to cheer him up, but nothing seemed to work. Okay, so now it is time for Best Prank Ever! Okay, Sadie, you go first. What is the greatest prank you have ever pulled?
Okay, well, when I was at camp, my friends and I wore our clothes backwards all day. People were doing double takes at us. It was hilarious.
All right, so the crazy side of Sadie is coming out.
Lame.
Okay, Zach, I know you have to have one.
So, there's a sidewalk that goes by my house. It's like the main walkway to get to the park in my neighborhood. Me and my brother took some branches and made up some bush costumes, and we crouch down by the sidewalk, and we jump up and scare everybody. We got my mom one time, and she chased my brother all the way to the park.
Okay, that's so much better than mine.
Your brother sounds as crazy as you. Do you guys still prank?
Me and my mom don't hear from him anymore. Things got tough at home, and he just left.
That's tough, dude.
Whatever. I'm used to people leaving me.
Sorry I'm late, guys. I was just engaged in an epic game of ultimate frisbee. What are we doing?
We've been taking a break talking about pranks.
Okay. Prank. My turn. All right, so this one time, I was giving a group a tour here at the Roman Rock Quarry exhibit. And so I came over here to show them the lift. And Dr. Drummond, he walked up and he was like, "Hey, Joel, why don't you show them how the lift works?" And I was like, "You got it, Doc. You're the boss." And so I got in, and then Dr. Drummond lifted me way up high in the air. And then he took the tour group to the next exhibit, and then the next one. And I was stuck in here for hours. It's pretty funny.
So you're telling me that thing will lift you in the air?
Yeah, come on. I'll show you how it works. I do it all the time. Yep, I'll hold that for you. Hey, did you guys know that archaeologists have uncovered rock quarries all around the city of Jerusalem? That's where they cut the stone in order to build the ancient buildings and roadways and walkways around Jerusalem. Archaeologists have also uncovered an ancient stone structure called Caiaphas Steps. It's this pathway that runs through a part of Jerusalem. Jesus even walked on these steps. I actually have a video of me and Barney on Caiaphas Steps in Jerusalem. It's back in my office if you guys want to see it.
Sounds great, Professor.
Can't wait to see it.
Meet you there.
Okay, meet you there. But first guys, why do I keep letting this happen to me?
Today, I'm taking you to a very special archaeological site. Today, we're talking about something that any honest student of history cannot deny. Jesus of Nazareth suffered in Jerusalem. This story is always hard to tell. In fact, it makes me want to do something nice. Hey, Barney, do you remember how Jesus washed his disciples' feet? Well, to say thanks for being a great friend, I'm gonna wash your feet, man.
No thanks.
Come on, buddy.
No thanks.
Give me your foot. I want to wash your feet, bro. Stop struggling. All right, Barney, go stand over there by the steps.
I don't want to.
I'm sorry about your shoe. All right, I didn't mean to drop it in that fountain after I forcefully took it off your foot. Just please, go stand by the steps, okay? Be my friend.
Fine.
These are the original steps of Caiaphas. This was the main path between many of the places Jesus would have traveled. These steps are on the way to Caiaphas' palace, which we'll talk about in a sec. Jesus would have walked up and down these steps often. Where would this path take him? Well, let's see. The Mount of Olives. It's likely Jesus often traveled down the steps through the valley to this place. This is the way Jesus traveled to see his friends, Lazarus, Mary, and Martha. The Bible says Jesus visited the Mount of Olives 3 times in the last week of his earthly life. It also tells us that from here, Jesus rode a donkey down into Jerusalem, where a crowd of people began to praise God for all of the miracles they had seen. The Bible also tells us that Jesus preached to great crowds here. All right, look right over there. Somewhere over there was the upper room where Jesus washed his disciples' feet and had the Last Supper. These steps would have held happy memories for Jesus, but they also were a place of his great sufferings. Let's go back for a second to the Mount of Olives. Come on. This is the Garden of Gethsemane. The Bible tells us that this is the place where Jesus was betrayed by his supposed friend and follower Judas. After being arrested, they led Jesus down the hill toward the Caiaphas steps. So Jesus would have walked down from the Mount of Olives, across the Kidron Valley, and all the way up these steps to the courtyard of Caiaphas at the top. Matthew chapter 26 tells us that all of Jesus' disciples deserted him and ran away. Right here in the courtyard of Caiaphas, Peter, Jesus' supposed fearless follower and friend, denied 3 times that he even knew who Jesus was at all. Wow, talk about feeling abandoned. Archaeologists believe that it was in this building that Jesus was lied about and mocked. He was punched and slapped and people spit in his face. He may have been held in a dungeon like this one overnight until the next morning when they took him before Pilate. Have you ever been made fun of? I'm sure you tried to get the person to stop, right? Jesus didn't ask anyone to stop hitting him, spitting on him, or mocking him. Here, Jesus suffered greatly before they led him back down those steps and off to the governor, Pontius Pilate.
The work of archaeologists to uncover sites like these, along with the eyewitness accounts, tell us that the suffering of Jesus was real suffering in real places like this. Jesus knew what was going to happen to him, and still, he fully followed God's plan.
Are you kidding me? I mean, his friends, his own people, they just leave? They completely run away. Why would Jesus stick around for people like that? One minute they say love him, one minute they say to kill him? How am I supposed to believe that someone would die for a bunch of people who would run away at the first sign of trouble? I wouldn't stick around, that's for sure. Leave me alone.
Jesus came to serve. He is God's Son who was promised. He had the power to do miracles, but came to earth to serve others, even washing their feet. Crazy, right? Jesus lived a sinless, perfect life, but was rejected. People were mean and unkind, but through that all, he never stopped them. He prayed that God would forgive them since they did not understand who he was and what he was doing. He came to save us all. Yes, he saved us all through following God's will while being rejected and abused. He still went to the cross and died for us. Jesus knows how it feels to be abandoned and lonely. Remember all the disciples, his friends? They left and ran away. One even betrayed him for money. Because of this, Jesus understands when we are struggling or feeling sad and when people are hurting. He is there for us. And don't forget, he loves us just the way we are because God made us. Once we believe and ask Jesus into our hearts, we have a friend with us wherever we go, and we are never alone. Jesus is the way. Matthew 20:28, it tells us that the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. So today, to help us keep in our thoughts on Jesus' love for others and his sinless, perfect life following God's will, we are going to be making glasses cases. Because when we learn more about Jesus and we learn how much he loves us, we can look at others through those glasses. We can see that we are all God's children and that God has a great plan for each and every one of us if we follow him. So let's always keep our eyes on Jesus. Today we have Janaea here to help us show how to make these cases to protect and store up what Jesus says and shows us. Plus more, some sweet sunglasses. Hello, this is my beautiful daughter, Janaea Brown. She's going to be helping us with the craft today. Place the two pieces of foam together and align the holes. Run the string through the needle and then tie one end of the cord through one of the holes in the top. Keep going around the two pieces of foam through each of the holes. Run the cord back through the last hole again to tie it off on the back. Trim any excess cord. Secure a metal clasp to the hole in the flap to attach to a backpack. And then decorate with stickers. If a parent is needed, they can help you with the clasp, and then have fun decorating the way you want it. If you're still working, continue on. But while you do, we are going to hear Can You Dig It? Hear the ABCs of how we accept Jesus, inviting him into our hearts, sing about how Jesus came and died for us all, how he served and suffered so that we could live.
So that our lives can be real.
Well, that was fun. Can you dig it? Catchy. I have been singing that one all week. To continue on this fun time, we're going to be creating Noah's Ark. Good stuff, right? God has a beautiful plan for our lives, and when we trust in Him, He will be with us and He will show us the way. Noah trusted in God and listened to Him. He built an ark that saves all the animals and his family from the flood. All right, guys, are you ready? Now pull out your snack pack. Today we are going to be continuing thinking about how we are never alone and that we need to trust God's way for our lives while helping others. Open the banana. Open the peanut butter. Use spoon to place on one side of your banana. Place your animal crackers on top to have your own Noah's Ark. That's edible. Thanks again, everyone, for coming on this adventure today. Can you dig it?